On a rainy night, Mark, with a bullet wound in his arm, arrives at his businessman brother Alexander's place. He offers to call an ambulance, but Mark refuses, not planning to stay here long. He does not want Alex's family to see him. While Mark drifts in and out of consciousness, his brother removes the bullet. Almost casually, Alex mentions his plans to go to the village where they grew up, their father's house. Alex's wife Vera has long been asleep and does not hear him come to bed. Soon the couple with their 2 children, 10-year-old son Keir and 6-year-old daughter Eva, take a train to the father's homeland. On the way, everyone dozes. Suddenly Vera wakes up and looks at her husband with sadness, then at their daughter, as if everything might collapse at any moment. When the family gets off the train, their journey continues on foot, since no buses run here. In the house, Vera unpacks the suitcases, their daughter helping her. Meanwhile, Keir watches a shepherd with a flock of sheep. For children who grew up in the city, all this is new, and they examine every object and every corner with curiosity. Alex brings firewood to heat the stove. There is no running water in the house, so they must warm it up to wash. This was how Alex's childhood passed as well. Soon the family goes for a walk. They are surrounded by forests, fields and the noise of the wind. The man tells his son how a large stream once ran down the slope here, but it dried up long ago. After the walk, Vera cooks dinner. At one point she suddenly begins to cry. Eva thinks it is because of her. Hugging her daughter, Vera says it is not so. Seeing his wife in tears, Alex asks what happened. She replies nothing. The man simply leaves without asking further. After dinner, Vera sits outside alone. Making sure the children have gone to their rooms, Alex decides to join her and offers her wine. At that moment the woman admits she is pregnant and that the child is not his. Not knowing how to react, Alex throws away his glass and quickly heads into the forest. It is already getting dark. On the country road, Alex is noticed by a local man who offers him a ride. Alex silently gets into the car. It turns out they knew each other long ago. The man introduces himself as Max, son of Georgie, the local postman. Alex apologizes, saying he is not in the mood for conversation. Max drives him to the station. Mark is awakened by a call from his brother, who says they need to meet right now. As usual, Mark is spending the night in yet another cheap hotel near a casino. Trains are no longer running, but Max gladly agrees to lend Alex's car. While driving, the man cannot get Vera's words out of his head. Why did she do this? Why did she betray him? Suddenly Alex turns back. Mark never sees his brother arrive. It is already dawn. Alex wanders through the fields until he reaches their father's house. He finds Vera sleeping in the bedroom. She opens her eyes and simply waits to see what her husband will do next. The man tells her how much he is in pain. Without a word, Vera pours water into a basin to wash her face. Alex calls his old acquaintance Victor and says they have arrived for about a week, and that he expects him and his family today at 5. Then an elderly man approaches Alex, and he calls the children over. Vera watches from the window. Georgie drives Alex and his children and asks how many years it has been since he was here. The man answers 12. Georgie senses that Alex is not inclined to talk about himself or his brother. Casually, the old man says that people often do not know what awaits them. Georgie shows the guests his farm. He has long since ceased to be a postman. Instead, he keeps cows, sheep and other livestock. Meanwhile, Vera sleeps in the house. At some point she is awakened by noise. The family has returned. The woman tries to explain herself to her husband, but he does not even want to listen. Unable to bear it, Alex in a fit of rage slaps his wife, and she falls to the floor. Outside, he makes every effort to pull himself together. Later, Victor, his wife Lisa, and their 3 daughters pay a visit. Lisa shares with Vera that Victor wants a son as well. When asked if she and Alex are planning another child, Vera does not know how to answer. In front of the guests, the couple does not show that anything is wrong between them. Keir tells Flora, the eldest daughter of Victor and Lisa, that he is angry at his father. The boy saw him hit his mother. Flora says such things never happen in her family, but sometimes her parents argue loudly. The children wonder why adults do this, but no answers come to their minds. Max joins the feast, his father insisting that he move to the city where there are more opportunities. But Max is not sure this is what he wants. All the men at the table are already quite drunk. Victor reflects on the burdens of family life. This, he says, is why he feels such a strong desire to get drunk tonight. Alex receives a call from Mark. He is already at the station. Alex invites his brother to come here, but he refuses. It is too dangerous. So they agree to meet at the station. The man lies to his wife, saying he urgently needs to meet his friend and business partner Robert. Keir wants to go with his father. Alex does not object, and on the way he reveals the truth to his son, who they are really going to meet. The boy mentions that Robert had once been at their house. It was when Alex was on a business trip. Keir hates Robert, though because of his age he does not fully understand what is happening. Mark is already waiting at the station. While Keir wanders nearby, the men speak frankly in the car. Alex says his wife is pregnant, and the child is not his. Of course he guesses who the father is. Now Alex has no idea what to do. Should he drive Vera away or forgive her? Mark tells Alex that whatever decision he makes will be the right one. As the head of the family, as a man, he must choose for himself. Alex knows only one thing: he does not want to lose his children under any circumstances. Mark also has children, but long ago he decided to stay away from them, for their own good. Mark is addicted to gambling, but he does not always lose. When he offers money to Alex, the latter tries to refuse, yet Mark is very persistent. The father and son return late, just as the guests are about to leave. At last Alex is ready to speak openly with his wife. Vera dreads this conversation, but on the other hand they cannot postpone it forever. The woman knows what kind of man Alex is, and what kind of man his brother is, and what kind of man Keir will be. Alex assures her that he will make sure their son has the best possible future. For now he only wants to know clearly what his wife plans to do about this pregnancy. Vera avoids a direct answer, telling her husband that they have always been strangers to each other. Alex no longer intends to listen to such nonsense and goes to bed. In the morning while her husband sleeps, Vera looks at him with both tenderness and pain. This causes him to open his eyes. Without words Vera makes it clear how lonely she feels in their marriage. She has always been like a shadow of her husband rather than a full person. Overcome with anger, Alex opens an old chest of drawers where a pistol lies, along with a black and white family photograph behind shattered glass. At that moment the phone rings. The man picks it up, but there is only silence. After this he tells his wife to prepare breakfast so they can sit at the table like a normal family. Whatever happens between them, he will remain a father, and she, a mother. The phone rings again. This time it is an operator suggesting Alex call back a long-distance number that tried to reach him. The man refuses. The family visits his father's nameless grave. He passed away long ago, and not of old age. Alex speaks of it reluctantly. At home Keir calls Flora, but Victor answers instead and says he wants to talk to Alex. He and his wife are going to the city for shopping, and Victor offers to take Keir and Eva to spend the night with the girls. Their grandmother will watch them. This way Alex and Vera will have time to rest and be alone together. After some hesitation Alex agrees. Meanwhile Vera calls Robert. Victor comes to pick up the children. Robert receives Vera's call. He had already phoned earlier, but it was not she who picked up. She herself does not know why she called. Perhaps simply because there was no one else. Robert tells her to take care of herself and her children, after which they say goodbye. The spouses remain alone at home. Alex suggests a walk, hoping that in the open air she will better receive his next words. The man does not want to talk about betrayal, he only wants to forget everything as quickly as possible and start again, or at least try. Vera understands what her husband intends and submissively tells him to do everything as quickly as possible. Without delay Alex calls Mark and asks him to find 2 underground obstetricians. Vera cries but she does not resist. It is as if she no longer cares, as if she has long since ceased to live and now walks this earth only as a voiceless shadow. Mark has already found 2 obstetricians and tells his brother, promising that everything will be quick. Today is the right moment, since the children will stay with Lisa and Victor anyway. As dusk approaches, Mark brings the obstetricians. The brothers wait until it is over. After the procedure one of the doctors tells Alex that Vera will sleep for a while, which is absolutely normal. In a couple of months it should all be forgotten like a bad dream. The man cannot bring himself to enter the bedroom and lies down on the sofa. Mark stays the night to support his brother. It seems strange to Alex that his wife has not made a sound, so he asks Mark to come with him to check. Entering the bedroom, they see that Vera has not yet woken. Alex decides to remain there while Mark goes to the kitchen. When Alex realizes with horror that Vera is not breathing, he runs to Mark, who immediately calls the local doctor, German. In such a situation it is impossible to call an ambulance, since the operation was performed illegally. German arrives quickly, but he is powerless to do anything because Vera is already dead. Understanding the circumstances, German intends to call an ambulance and report it as cardiac paralysis. Alex breaks down in hysteria. Mark stays close to make sure his brother does not do anything reckless in his emotional state. The ambulance arrives, paramedics take the body, and German leaves as well. Mark realizes that Alex is in no state to handle it now, but they must settle the formalities as soon as possible. They make arrangements with the funeral home. Alex insists on seeing the body. Words cannot convey how deeply he regrets it, but time cannot be turned back. Alex blames only himself, not his brother. Unfortunately the tragedies do not end there. On the eve of the funeral Mark falls ill, and Alex calls German. German has neither the medicine nor the equipment, and Mark's condition is much worse than he believes. It is a heart attack. But Mark categorically refuses to call an ambulance, he only asks to see his brother. They have a short conversation, after which Alex leaves the room. In the last hours of his life, Mark wants to be sure that his brother has forgiven him. German voices his suspicions that Vera did not die because of the operation. There is a strong chance that afterward she took a large dose of sedatives. Only an autopsy could confirm this for certain. Moreover, German found an envelope near the body, the contents of which change everything. Mark decides not to tell his brother. Morning comes. Mark understands he may die at any moment and asks the doctor to give him something so he can last at least 3 hours. He must attend the funeral. German will wait in the house to provide emergency help if needed. Vera is buried not in the city but here, in the village. The ceremony is quiet. When Alex returns, German is waiting for him and sees Mark's lifeless body on the back seat of the car. Alex takes a pistol from the chest of drawers and decides to settle scores with the one he believes is guilty of everything, with Robert. Before leaving, he gives German money and asks him to take care of Mark's funeral. When Alex drives off, German calls an ambulance, and the paramedics take away a body, again. Full of determination to take revenge, Alex returns to the city. He feels there is nothing left to lose. Making sure the house is in order, German closes the shutters, locks the door, and leaves. From now on, the house is dead, forever. Alex falls asleep in his car under Robert's window. Rain begins, and once again a stream flows down the slope. Noticing Alex's car below, Robert invites him inside. When Alex reaches into the glove compartment for the pistol, he notices an envelope. In the house, Robert reveals to Alex how once he received a call from Vera. At that time Alex was away on a business trip. Sensing something wrong, Robert rushed to the couple's house and found the woman unconscious in the bathroom. Without hesitation, Robert brought her back to her senses, realizing that Vera had intentionally tried to harm herself. When she felt better, Robert made coffee. She extracted a promise from him never to tell anyone what had happened. Some time later, Vera received a letter by courier from the clinic, confirming her pregnancy. On the back she wrote that the father of the child was Alex, her husband. When the children went to the circus with the nanny, Vera dozed off, and soon Robert called, very worried about her, waking her up. They went for a walk. But Robert was frightened by Vera's sickly appearance, so he suggested they go home. She asked him to stay with her until the children returned. Vera had no one close who could listen and support her, so she saw such a person in German, her husband's friend. In reality, they had never been lovers. The loneliness and alienation Vera felt in her marriage became unbearable. She lost all sense of meaning in life. Later, when Vera told her husband that the child was not his, she meant it in a spiritual sense. Alex had long since withdrawn from the family and loved them only as possessions. Vera felt she could never explain this to her husband, and nothing would ever change. When the children returned and Keir saw his mother with Robert, he misunderstood everything. It upset the boy deeply. In the present, Alex calls Victor and says he will soon pick up the children. Loneliness, this is the true reason why Vera left. Mark left as well, as the embodiment of the dark side of Alex's soul. Write in the comments what you think about the moral of this film.